Welcome to What the Friday, the last and final episode, number 5. Okay, for this week's body movement exercise, we decided to change things up. Won't you join me outside? So we're out here in Virginia Park in beautiful Santa Monica. You know, I sometimes come out here to do my exercises as well as jump in the fountain sometimes. This video I thought is important to be outside because sometimes it's good to change our state, not just our physical state, but physically where we're around. Very particular to people that work from home, as well as students studying in your college dorm, studying in the same place you probably party in, or I don't know, do lots of other stuff in, non-studying activities. Probably not the best, because then it's hard to relate to. Studying in the classroom where you're going to take the test, probably a better, smarter choice. Okay, so this particular body movement was taught to me by a very special friend, and I'm sure there's lots of specifics. I believe she told me it was from a Buddhist background. I know it's practiced in a certain degree in Tai Chi and Qigong, but here's the thing, guys, you don't need to be learning this stuff that for like years and years and years to actually do it. In fact, you can do it right now, and it's simply walking as slow as possible, barefoot on the grass. That's all it is. And you know, I'll tell you some specifics and I'll show you as we do it. But warning, what you're about to see, if you have small children or you're very sensitive, I'm about to show you my feet, and they're pretty ugly. So you're warned. Here we go. So what you want to do is, you know, you could begin just by walking very slowly, one foot and the next foot. And as you begin to focus on just the sensation of your feet touching, making contact with the grass, see if you could start having different contact points on your feet. So heel, side of foot, the outside of the ball of the feet to the inside of the balls of the feet to your toes. Other foot picks up, heel, outside of the foot, outside of the balls, inside of the balls and the toes. Now see if you could, instead of making it 5 contact points, see if you could expand that to 10 contact points. So every time that foot goes down, you're feeling 10 different contact points, separate and unique on each foot. Okay, so why this is so awesome? Well, first off, just, you know, there's studies now that being connected to the earth is great for EFT fields and so on and so forth. You don't really need studies, though, to tell you that taking your shoes off, walking on grass outside just feels good. So it's a good practice. Also, you know, walking slow, slowing down time, and focusing on the small detail of things really helps us pay attention to one thing. Now, what's not really mentioned a lot of times is that when we're paying attention to one specific thing, right, and all our energy goes to that place, well, guess what? That means we're not paying attention to all this other stuff that we have running through our head. Fear, anxiety, predicting outcomes from the future, worrying about the past. It helps us really stay in the present. When we're in the present, fear doesn't exist, anxiety doesn't exist, worry doesn't exist. It just can't. It's impossible if you're so busy focused on your feet. Some quick tips. I would recommend just start off just by walking, so don't get frustrated, and I mean just literally walk real slow. Then with the points, just try to get 2 contact points, so heel to toe, then go from heel, arch to toe, then heel, outside, inside toes, and really begin to focus on expanding. Try to get up to 20 different contact points per foot. Also concentrate on not just landing the foot, but concentrate on 20 different contact points of releasing the foot. Finally, pick an area maybe, 10 feet in front of you and time it. See how long it takes you to walk to one side. And when you continue practicing, you want to increase the time it takes to go from point A to point B. What the Friday review and action of the week is Igor Levachowski's Conversational Hypnosis. So in true WTF fashion, we're not going to spend a lot of time discussing and focusing on the review of this program. And I can't, otherwise, first off, it would take up more than 10 minutes. And what I will be doing is I'll come out with 4 or 5 videos to speak specifically about the Conversational Hypnosis program. It is easily the top 3 decisions I've ever made to ensure my success, to get me where I am today. Not just my business, though. A lot of my wealth has been attributed to really learning and discovering Igor's course and subsequently attending some of his seminars and meeting him personally. But also it's helped me with many other aspects of my life. Okay, we had a cut because I just kept talking about how awesome this course is, and again, I'll just do other videos for that. Now, the idea is this action, so I want you to get some idea, because you know what, all the information in the world doesn't mean anything if you don't use it, and I found I tend to use things when I see the results, when I get to experience it. So very quickly, just the word hypnosis, everyone has a different feeling towards. So just close your eyes and think of the word hypnosis. And I'm curious if you could comment on this video. Now, I'm wondering what hypnosis means to you. So before I got into this course, I thought hypnosis was a typical, stage hypnosis guy, hypnotherapist, or a hypnotist, and he had you look at a watch, and next thing you know, you're barking like a dog or clucking like a chicken. And though that is, I guess, one form of hypnosis, what I came to discover, and this is also the whole idea of being an autopilot and breaking out of autopilot and all this stuff of getting out of autopilot, is that we're constantly in a state of hypnosis. It's just a question of, can we navigate and use it, leverage it to our advantage. So in earlier videos, I was trying to get us out of autopilot. But one way is, rather than resisting autopilot, is to kind of, let's say, navigate autopilot. Does that make sense? So setting up your unconscious mind to reach a target and then letting the autopilot kind of happen. Now, I know it's a lot of stuff, and it would be explained a lot clearer when you, or if you decide to go over to Igor's site and check it out. But in the meantime, let's just do a thought experiment, okay? This is a little sliver, itty bitty, I would say 2% of the entire course, but it will give you some type of idea just how powerful some of these tools are. So this topic is going to be focused on the words we choose to communicate. Now, oftentimes in emails, there's a salutation at the end, right? Like all the best, or take care, or be well. So let's just focus on that, because usually the first thing and the last thing are the things that we remember the clearest. They kind of have that takeaway. That's why if you ever notice on a menu, and again, shout out if you guys want to learn how to make more money with candy, sign up for my newsletter. You'll have a whole new video on that. You'll be receiving a special bonus video. But here's another tip. If you ever look at a menu, most people will order the first thing on the menu or the last thing on the menu, and that's why menus are categorized in subsections. So if at the appetizer, most people will either order the first thing on the appetizer or the last thing on the appetizer. Dessert, first thing, last thing, so on and so forth. Wow, I gotta do a whole video on how to make money if you're a bartender or a server, because you'll double your money, just like maybe like 7, 10 things. So here we go. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on the salutation, on the closing of an email or a conversation. And I'm going to say, I'll give like 8 examples, and if you can, close your eyes. If not, just really focus or pay attention to what I'm about to say. And I'll say the word, and then I'll pause for 1 or 2 seconds for you to reflect. And then what I'd like you to do is, in the comment section in this video, if there is a comment section, or email me personally at, we'll put up the email address to make sure that I receive the email. Just think, see what resonates with you the most. If you have a good feeling, if you have a warm feeling, if you have a not so good feeling, if you have a feeling of comfort, whatever feeling or image or picture you have in your mind or in your body that you sense or feel, let me know. Here we go. I'll do about 8 of them. So I ended up jumping in the fountain.